Now it's time to bring in someone who knows so much about this field. He's been talking about it non-stop for weeks on end. Racing analyst from Sky Racing, Brad Gray. Lovely to see you back here.
Thank you for having me, guys. Excited to be back. So, yeah, you spoke to the fact that the show's called Racing Dreams, and that's all I've been doing about this race because I've spoken about it ad nauseum for the past week. So you lay there in the bed and you've got these horses' names just circling around in your mind. So we'll see how we go as far as finding the winner.
Yeah, well, let's get to the Everest shortly. There's lots of good racing today. Where's your best bet?
Best bet for me comes up in race one.
Okay.
So
let's start the day strong.
Sometimes that's a bit of jeopardy, isn't it? So you're either straight in and you're confident, or maybe you're chasing from the get-go. But Schnitzel Dancer for me, guys. A filly trained by Joe Ryan Sterling Alexico. This is a race that they have targeted in the past. They've won 2 of the past 3 editions. I like the depth of her form. You go back to what she did on debut at Canterbury. She beat a couple of subsequent winners and then was good against the older mares there last start. So I do think she's ready for 1,400 metres, and timing-wise, I think she's the one they all have to beat.
In terms of this track today too, how's it looking?
Pretty good, yeah, pretty dry track. So we only copped 1.5 mils of rain overnight. That leaves us in a pretty good position as far as them running fast time. So that might be a little bit hard for these backmarkers to make up a stack of ground. So I expect some pretty fast times to be run today, maybe even a couple of track records. We'll see how we go.
You know, I like a little bit of value.
Yeah, so a couple for me. Race 3, Ducasse. You rewind 12 months ago, he won this very race, the Big Dance, a wild card. I think his runs back are a little bit better than they currently read on paper. He's had no luck. First up, he missed the start. Second up, he was sandwiched out in Queensland again. So timing-wise, I think he's ready. We're getting double-figure odds. Regan Bayliss, you've got Michael Friedman, who's an outstanding trainer. So Swift Falcon is favourite there, but we know he's got his convictions. He's burnt the punters a few times in the past. And going across to the last, now that Sergeant Major has made the field, he needed a minor miracle just to get here, given he was third emergency, but now he's in. I think he's ready to win. 1,400 metres, ran weak, and he was a third-up winner last preparation with that same lead-in. So I'd be very surprised if he doesn't peak up today.
All right, let's have a look at this Everest. First of all, a lot of chat about Kaying Rising. What do you think? Should we be worried with what we saw at that trial?
I think we should be worried in the context of his price. So stop me if I start getting too nerdy here.
Please
in terms of analysing this race. But if you ask me the question, who is the most likely to win the race, I will say it's Kaying Rising, no doubt, because off ratings, off what he's done in Hong Kong, he is the best sprinter in the world. No argument there. If you ask me what is the best bet in the race, I don't think it is Kaying Rising, because when I'm taking such a short quote as a punter, I want to know every little in and out of a horse. Now, this is a sprinter that's racing for the first time out of Hong Kong. He could have trialled a touch better. The noises from the camp are saying that nothing's wrong, but this is a completely different pool of horses. It's a different racetrack. It's a different environment. It's a different atmosphere. So there's a lot of things that need to fall into place for him to run to his best. So with that in mind, I do think he's a little risk. That said, from a pure narrative perspective and for the good of this race, I think it'd do wonders to see him win.
Okay, so having said that about Kaying Rising, which way are you going to go?
Yeah, so long story short, he can win, but I'm not going to back him at $1.80. So for me, I like Jolie Star. I think she's the bomb-proof option. So Chris Waller, James McDonald, luckless in this race 12 months ago. Loved how explosive she was there first up in the shorts. And as far as the preparation goes, I think it's ideal. Here she is second up, 4 weeks between runs, and there should be a bit of speed on paper for her to rattle home right over the top. And we know her biggest asset is her closing speed, and she gets the chance to showcase that today.
Says a lot to have J-Mac on board as well for this ride, given he had a few options.
It certainly does. Yeah, Chris Wall obviously well represented in the field, and James would have thrown a leg over most of these. So the fact that he's given that vote of confidence to Jolie Star is another tick for her.
Could be a huge day for Zach Burton. He's on William Haggis's horse and the King Charles as well, the Golden Eagle winner from last year.
Yeah, so King Charles, I'm actually with Lake Forest here, so I'm hoping Zach does have a big day. He's an interesting horse, isn't he? So we haven't seen him in Australia since that Golden Eagle, and through that Golden Eagle, we've had 8 subsequent Group 1 winners. So your Lazats, your Ascoli Pacinos, Jolie Star actually came through it. War Machine ran in it, and what has he done since? And he finds himself in an Everest as well. So he hasn't won since then, but he's had a few bad luck stories to tell on the way, including last start over in the UK. So with Pride of Jenny doing her thing out in front, he should get a truly run race and he gets his chance. And I'd note this morning, he's been heavily backed, so there's a bit of market confidence there as well for Lake Forest.
And, of course, the Kosciuszko. Can Matty Dale do it again?
He can. Why not? I don't know why this horse is such a big price now. $2.80, and now you're shopping at about $5. So we saw with Kaying Rising throughout the week, all the fake news. I'm like, what have I missed here with front page? Is there something circulating that I've missed? Because I think he's an enormous price for a horse of his quality. I know he's not getting any younger. None of us are. He's a 9-year-old, but he's so good first up. He loves dry tracks, and he takes bad luck out of the equation. So you've only got to go back to March just to find a spot where he ran second in a Galaxy. I don't think any of these horses today, with due respect, are capable of doing that.
Let's have a look at this graphic so people can take a snapshot of it or write quickly, because I like some of what you're saying, and I might just follow you in, particularly with the first race of the day. That'd be nice to get off to a good start with Schnitzel Dancer. And there it is, Brad Gray's tips for Randwick.
Kosciuszko front page. You've gone race 5, number 1, the Everest, Jolie Star, race 7, number 9, the King Charles, Lake Forest, race 9, number 4. They are your big picks for today. If we turn the page, I think we've got a little bit of best bet, best value there as well. The best bet comes in race 1, Schnitzel Dancer. Best value, race 3, Ducasse. And more value, race 10, Sergeant Major.
That's a lot of tips, isn't it? So you're giving me a few cracks at finding one. If I can't get one there, I might not be invited back for next time.
Oh, you'll be invited back. All care, no responsibility, and good to see you, Brad Gray.
Plenty of care, plenty of responsibility.
Okay, Racing Dreams. How good is it?